I've been waiting a long, long time to say it. Spam those just one babies down below. Raiders get a dub 20-10 over the Tennessee Titans. And coming up here on today's show is going to be my instant reaction to that Week 6 game. My instant reaction is this. That was an ugly football game. That if you're a Raiders fan, I want you to celebrate this win. Why? Because you deserve it. Raider Nation deserves to celebrate this win. And if you want to celebrate this win with me tonight, I'm staying all flipping night. I'm silver and blacking out, and we're going to watch the Chiefs and Lions game on Sunday Night Football. So if you're fired up about that win, and if you're like, you know what, I'm going to celebrate my you-know-what off, pull up tonight to the Raiders Report. That's the glass half full. The glass half empty is I'm not sure the Raiders beat any other team in the NFL, not named the Jets, not named the Tennessee Titans, because I'll tell you this, the Titans are a bad football team. There's a lot of good in this because you found a win. Your special teams unit was better. Your defense played a hell of a football game, but you're still trying to figure out what the hell you got on the offensive side of the football. But I mean this. This was not a good game by the Raiders. Quite frankly, if you were to ask me to grade this performance by the Silver and Black, I'd give it a C grade in terms of what I expected. But I mean this, if you're a Raiders fan out there and you're like, oh, Mitch, I'm not going to celebrate that win because it's only the Titans, shame on you. I don't know when you're going to have another opportunity to celebrate a Raiders win. If you're a part of the nation, I mean this, you deserve to celebrate this win. And I hope that every single person does out there because it wasn't a pretty football game. Your offense doesn't give you a lot of confidence. But at the end of the day, getting a win is getting a win in the NFL. And I know that Geno Smith wasn't great today. I know the Raiders' offense was not great today. But I sit back here as a fan and I go, did we show improvement at special teams? The answer to that question is yes. Did we show improvement on the defensive side of the football? I like to believe that that answer is yes. Did we show improvement on the offensive side? I'm still going to go with no because we turned the ball over. You still see that our offensive line struggles. You can still see that Chip Kelly stinks as an offensive coordinator, but a win is a win, and I'm going to take advantage of this win. And, bro, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. And it's not because I think the Raiders players deserve for us to enjoy this win. I mean, if you bleed silver and black and with all the pain that you've endured over the last 20 years, with all the pain that you've endured this season, when you get a win, celebrate that shit. Why? Because you deserve it. Raider Nation deserves to celebrate this win. Your offense wasn't great tonight. You had 226 total yards of offense, which is actually pretty flippin' unbelievable. You threw for 158 yards. You had 68 rushing yards, only 2.1 yards per carry. Now, again, Tennessee, they are good up the middle. They have Jeffrey Simmons, one of the best defensive tackles in the National Football League. You won the time of possession, but you won the turnover battle. And you made Tennessee and you made Cam Ward really turn the ball over a lot. You were able to get after them. Now, their offensive line is worse than the Raiders' offensive line, but at the end of the day, I think you at least saw the way that the Raiders want to win a game, and I think you at least saw the way that Pete Carroll wants to win a game. Pete wants to win a game running the football. Pete wants to win the game playing a little bit of defense, taking some pressure off of Geno Smith. And we'll talk about Geno Smith here in a little bit, but overall, you found a way to win. And I'm probably going to say it 100 times, but you found a way to win, and I'm a happy Raiders fan. I'll tell you that right now. If you're a happy Raiders fan, hit that like button because I'm going to tell you my top takeaways from this game here in just a moment. Before I do, though, huge shout-out to our sponsor, Prize Picks. I did not win my Prize Picks lineup tonight. I still want to be able to show it to all of y'all, but at the end of the day, if you're a Raiders fan and you're just like, hey, man, I need something to root for, then go download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS where you're going to be able to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. And even though I was not right, and even though my flex play did not happen, I got the Cam Ward pick. I got the Trey Tucker stack. I did not get the Ashton Jeanty. And you know what? That's okay. Because at the end of the day, the Raiders ended up getting a dub, which is the most important thing. But Prize Picks, they invented the flex play. Prize Picks, they invented the stack here as well, meaning that you can pick the same player up to 3 times. And if you're looking at my lineup, and if you saw my lineup, you'll notice that you can do a power play, you can do a flex play, and where you get paid, it's totally up to you. And that's why I love Prize Picks, because they leave it in your hands. Giggity. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Get $5, get 50 instantly. Real money, sports action, made easy with our sponsor, PrizePicks. So, coming up here next, let's talk about my top takeaways from this game. And this is an instant reaction show. I'm going to go back, I'm going to watch the film. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at, all the extra things. But off the top of my dome, after everything we did on our live show today, these are my top takeaways from this game. If you don't know, I will do a Monday overreaction show tomorrow. Make sure you're pulled up. Make sure you're ready to go because our Monday overreaction, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. I can't wait, quite frankly. I can't wait. So coming up, we're going to get into our top takeaways from this football game here. And the first takeaway that I got is the defense showed out. And I kind of feel a little bit bad about how critical I was of the defense entering this season. But the only reason why the Raiders have even been able to stay in games this season, the only reason why you beat New England, your defense. The only reason why you've been able to be competitive in some of these football games, your defense. And yet again, you showed up and you showed out. You were able to get that pressure. You were able to create a lot of turnovers. And again, it's against the Tennessee Titans. But I still think you at least saw a blueprint. You have a lot of issues still in that secondary, like Isaiah Paul-Miles was bad today. Kai Blue Kelly was not good today. But the reason why you found a way to win, because you were able to generate pressure. Crosby had 2 sacks today. Huge shout out to John Alelu. I mean, he had himself a hell of a football game today. I thought Tyree Wilson did some good stuff. Devin White able to force some pressure, get a strip sack fumble, which then converted into a big touchdown for the Raiders. Like, you won this game because of your defense. You won this game because you were able to generate pressure, and you were able to get after Cam Ward. I mean, you want to talk about filling up a stat sheet? Max Crosby filled up the stat sheet today, and I saw earlier today somebody talking about, is Max Crosby going to get traded? If the Raiders would have lost this game, I'm not saying it would have been impossible, but the conversations would have been there. The fact that you showed up and showed out today the way that you did on defense, it's going to silence all the Max Crosby trade rumors. It's going to silence all the trade rumors, quite frankly. The next reason why you're able to win this football game and a takeaway, you won the turnover battle. And, yeah, Geno threw a bad interception. And let's face the facts. It was a really shitty interception that Geno Smith threw. Luckily, you played the Tennessee Titans. But when you're able to win the turnover battle and you're able to just put your offense in a solid position, today's game could have gone a lot different. And imagine earlier in that game, the Geno Smith fumble would have actually been a touchdown for the Titans. And, the Raiders, they don't win that turnover battle. And I don't know how much different this game could have gone. I think the Raiders got some calls that went their way. But I mean this when I say this. This was not a good football game by the Raiders. You got a few bounces. You got a few calls. You were the better team today. No doubt about it. The Raiders are the better football team. But it's still not a game that you're going, oh, man, we played a great game. You won the turnover battle. You took advantage of some opportunities. And that's why you won this game. The other reason why you did it, you were able to establish the run. And I know Jeanty didn't really fill up the entire stat sheet all that much, but you could clearly tell early on in this game, the Raiders had a plan, and that was to feature Ashton Jeanty, your star running back, because Jeanty got 23 carries. Geno, he didn't throw the ball as much as what we've been seeing Geno throw the ball. And even in opportunities where you're like, all right, well, if Jeanty's not in, can we get it to Mostert? There were certain times where I wish Jeanty would have kept on getting the ball. Now, maybe that's because of my prize picks lineup. But today, the Raiders showed you we want to win the game with Ashton Jeanty. They also showed you that, hey, man, I don't really want to put the ball in Geno's hands. And I'll say this, I still think Geno Smith is a bad quarterback, right? You watch that game, and they try to get the ball out quickly. I mean, despite the win, Geno Smith still averaged 2.9 yards per pass, the second lowest mark by any quarterback in a game this season. Shout out to Ryan McFadden for that stat right there. But, Geno still didn't look good. And you could tell the Raiders don't trust Geno Smith. Like, there was a play, in that game where it's 3rd down and 8, and the Raiders, instead of trying to pass it, they elect to run. They elect to kick the field goal because they just don't trust him. So, Geno today threw the ball 23 times. Ashton Jeanty ran the ball 23 times. Yes, he did throw a touchdown. Yes, he had the bad interception, 174 yards. I mean, at this point, if you're looking on prize picks, I'm trying to go less on Geno because the Raiders don't want to leave him with the ball in his hands. And they were really, really trying to show you that we do not want the ball in Geno Smith's hands when it matters the most. That's something that we have to learn. And the final thing that I'm going to take away from this game is Chip Kelly, still a major question mark. He's the highest paid OC in the National Football League. And this Raiders offense stinks. It does. It's bad in the red zone. It's bad at being able to convert first downs. If you don't go up against the Tennessee Titans, I don't know if you win this game. I mean, imagine, right? Imagine a world where the Titans get that fumble recovery for a touchdown. It's a totally different game. And I still don't know why Chip takes Jeanty out of certain situations. I still don't know why when we have the momentum going on offense, we then kind of go away from it in the red zone. With the amount of talent that we have, it's a little bit frustrating for Chip. It's a little bit frustrating for this Raiders offense in general. Another takeaway from this game, it is now official. Jack Bech is over Dante Thornton. And, Bech played, I'm going to say, 50-plus snaps tonight. It might be 40-plus snaps tonight. I don't even remember seeing Dante Thornton play 10 snaps tonight. If I'm being 100% honest with y'all, I think that what I learned tonight is this offense is going to go with the exact same offensive game plan that you saw the Raiders do tonight. The way the Raiders won tonight's game is how they want to win football games, with good defense, with a ground game going, and winning the turnover battle. If they do that, they're going to have a shot to win more games. Now, luckily, I will be live for tonight's Sunday night football game. Lions on the road in Arrowhead against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm staying live. Y'all aren't getting rid of me. Okay? We're gonna party. We're gonna have some fun. I'm telling you this right now. You guys have seen me do some wild and crazy shit. Tonight, I think, has an opportunity to be one of the wildest and craziest shows I've ever done. We also play Kansas City next week. As you can see, they're 2-3. With a loss, us and the Chiefs have the exact same record, with an opportunity for us to be 3-4 and Kansas City 2-5. That sounds like a hell of a time. Also, Wild 114 Mount Raidermore will be with us next week for this game. If you're not subscribed, hit that sub button, because we're about to turn up here on the Raiders.